Hi everyone, welcome back to today's Overwatch Diary. I've got a really fun game today. This is what happens when Torb gets anchor bolts online immediately. Normally, Torb has to slog through the early rounds before his turrets can feel really scary. But in this match, you'll see how starting with anchor bolts on completely changes how he interacts with the map. First, I'll quickly show you round 1 and 2 to see how Torb usually play without anchor bolts on attack and defense. Just 1 or 2 key fights. Then we'll jump straight into round 3 and 4 full match where ankle bolts are unlocked from the get-go. So this is a little spot I've been experimenting with. The general idea is that it is within cover, it overlooks an important section of the map, and most importantly, height advantage. This is the best height advantage you can get without anchor bolt.
1. Attackers incoming.
So onto the first brawl here. The plan is to present a threat on main, then let the sneaky turret chip damage and pick target off in the back.
Back to work. My turret's getting hit.
Unfortunately, turret didn't do much here, only chip and then immediately died. I don't think it even chipped that much. So without anchor bolts, my toss range is shorter and my options are limited. When retreating like this, the turrets are simple distractions just to buy me some time and space to escape.
Thank you. Let's hit them. I see an enemy.
I'm overloaded.
Get out.
This is pretty much what holding with vanilla Torb on point 1 looks like on Junkertown. Limited options, so we lost this point and on to the next point with more positions with height and better angles.
Time to let off.
Think of your grandchildren. I will not let you fall. Activating self-destruct sequence.
Enemy spotted.
I am testing this spot here on point 2 as well. It looks good in paper because it has height and good coverage, but it looks a bit too open for me. As a Torb, I like holding here a lot because with the height advantage, you can abuse Torb's bullet curve. I died here because my positioning was kind of horrible. I was way ahead of my tank, and giving up my position just to be in the Kitsune ult might not be worth it, since Molten Core doesn't benefit from Kitsune ult anyway. And that's it, that's the core issue without anchor bolts. You have to really use the map design to find any sort of height or cover advantage. Now, let me show you what it's like on attack on the exact 2 zones before moving on to game 3 and 4 where Torb is truly OP with anchor bolts from the start. So without anchor bolts, you can't really reach all those nice angles on the roof because your toss range is too short. So you have to settle for spots like this where the turret is more of a backline cover. You have to rely heavier on Torb's primary fire to provide value.
Going to love this.
I'm
I'm overloading. My turret's getting hit. What is that melody? Maximum power.
As you can see here, I'm just constantly putting turret in the backline and pushing forward myself to get some value for the whole team. Without anchor bolts, the Torb gameplay is a bit more grounded because you really cannot abuse all those nice walls and weird angles that you have on Junkertown point 1. Now, let's quickly move to point 2 to see what that's like. Turrets at this position because without anchor bolts, we are prioritizing coverage while keeping it safe to get value.
I am unbreakable.
Barrier initialized. Barrier weakened.
And that's it, I think you guys get the gist. Without anchor bolts, the turret plays more of a support role. On defense, we are constantly scavenging for high ground. And on attack, it's mostly about squeezing Torb's primary fire to get maximum value. Now, let me show you what it's like with anchor bolts online from the start. This is where it gets really fun. We are now on round 3, we are the first to push. Remember how without anchor bolts, the shorter toss range made it hard for us to use all those space on the rooftop? Now, look at this push and see how you can use the map to its full potential. Now look at this increased toss range allowing me to throw this from cover. I love this spot so much because it's so hard to reach for the defenders, and just look at this turret poking the back of this Ryan, not giving him any space for the Ryan to fight against my Sigma. It's so good! So for the rest of this game, I will show the full gameplay for round 3 and 4 because I just want to share with everyone how fun it is for Torb to start with anchor bolts on. It's just, oh, the way you can play the map, it's so fun. And look at this spot here later where I put it up behind these pipes. This is one of my favorite spots on round 3 because it is so hard for the defenders to reach and you just become such a piece of annoyance. It's so good.
Turning up the hot enemy here.
Sorry about that.
There's an enemy here.
Just look at this turret putting so much pressure. It's so good. But I love Torb so much. It is my favorite hero. Look at this. Just all this space. Even the Yuno had to remove the turret. And that's like, what, 3 seconds of non-healing? Oh, delicious. So we kept that point and then now on to point 2. And what do we do first? High ground, baby!
Yes.
With anchor bolts on, the map is really your oyster, so like don't be afraid to just toss around your turret randomly because sometimes you might be able to find like a really good spot that just works for no reason. Like here I'm testing out a new spot, it's out in the open but we'll see, it may or may not work, and you can clearly see later it didn't really work, insta deleted by Hanzo. So this little brawl here is a very nice takeaway on overload usage. Typically you want to use overload to confirm kill or to escape, and in this case I thought I had my overload off to confirm the kill but it didn't. Luckily the pool was not that great so I managed to finish off the Ryan.
I'm overloaded. There's an enemy here.
Thanks.
No, thanks.
Okay. Kira kira beam. Kira kira beam. Kira kira beam.
Barrier initializing my turret. The barrier's weakened. Loud and clear. My barrier is gone.
Point 3 on Junkertown is a very top favorite because of all these crazy angles you can abuse with Anchor Bolt. Torb's ult actually has 10 bullets, so you can kinda slow down your spam to have better coverage of your lava. Once the tank gets isolated here, there's no reason to chase him anymore because now we have an enemy team that doesn't have a tank and we have a tank that's isolated and unsupported. So we can really take our time killing him to stagger him even further.
Over there. Power overwhelming. Enemy spotted. My precious work. Accepting the number. Barrier is nearly spent.
This is also a very good spot that I really like because people like to come up from the right side of the map out of spawn. So this spot is a very difficult angle for them to reach without exposing themselves into a very horrible position. I always prioritize removing the tree, but I don't know whether that's a good call or not. This is another spot that I'm a big fan of because it has good coverage and it's well hidden.
I'm overloading.
Just look at that turret doing so much work. Oh, I love to see it. This is why Anchor Bolt is f***ing amazing. So that's the end of round 3 gameplay, and you can see how the map really opened up on the push when you have Anchor Bolt. So now let's go to defend and see what that looks like.
They were dropped like those parachutes. Would have been a right nasty crash without them.
They were my father's design.
This is a spot that I'm kind of testing because there's not a lot of opportunities where you get to play in zone 1 with Anchor Bolts on. So sometimes as a Torb player, when you have opportunities like this, it's really worth it to give new things a try. So the plan is similar as what we first defended, where we present a forward threat and let the turret be on the flank. But now we have Anchor Bolt, which allow us to deploy turrets into weirder places and a safer spot. I did a quick little toss here just to see whether we can reach a new spot, but then I saw that my Tracer died, so I decided to reposition the turret back to where I think the fight would be.
He's under attack! My precious work! I'm overloading!
Always prioritize removing the discordance, chat. It's very important.
Need healing! Barrier unsuccessful!
Here I'm trying to fight with my tank, and I tried to toss a turret on the flank, but I failed miserably. Since I was already out of position, I decided to pop Overload because I know the Orisa was gonna push me. And luckily, the Overload overhealth there helped me to absorb some of the damage from the Orisa Spear, allowing me to survive with almost full HP.
My precious work!
A quick reposition here since the tank is already dead to take a more defensive position and regroup.
Love this!
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Take note of where your biggest threat is because Torb doesn't really have a very good mobility outside of Overload. The moment I see that the tank started to push up, I slowly back off as well to be able to reposition myself at a better spot. Torb is really good at abusing high ground because of the bullet curve. So look at how I abuse his high ground and shoot from cover because of the bullet curve.
My baby's destroyed! I'm overloading!
60 seconds remaining.
Enemy spotted!
Yeah, don't do this, chat. I've lost so many games on my climb because I was dying while trying to flank. I've learned the hard way that Torb is a mainline hero, not a flanking hero. You can see what happens next.
Enemy spotted!
10 seconds remaining.
Experiment time!
This spot right here is my favorite tried and tested Torb spot. It's so hard for a lot of tanks to reach. It's also very hard for DPS to shoot it as well. And it just have very good coverage around the band. It's insane. Just look at that turret doing a lot of work. The tank has no space, no zone. Look at my turret HP slowly getting chipped away by the Kiri. And that is a Kiri too busy trying to shoot my turret instead of healing her two teammates in a fight. Oh, the value. And that's it, chat. That's GG. Thank you for watching today's Overwatch 2 Diary. The main takeaway today is, if you need a reason to play Torb, it's Anchor Bolt, the best perk of all time. If you enjoyed this, drop a like and subscribe for more Overwatch 2. I also stream the action live over at twitch.tv/TENAXIS and right here on YouTube. Other than that, have a nice day and see you next time. Bye bye!